Well, welcome back to the well Carework chapter of the uh, gender economics course. This is part 4. We are still talking on the Nancy Folbrett's article. Chapter book. The second chapter of the book. Basically, basically, we have told that care work itself was something that was usually uh, that was basically creating a penalty for the people, and as a result, that because of that penalty, because of the penalty, actually, people are getting less rewards as a result of care work. However, uh, once they build personal relations, people might also not necessarily leave these relations, and basically, even if they think they are treated unfairly, even if they think they are facing a penalty, they might not be able to leave this these relations and basically stop doing care work. And because of that, people's willingness to do care work is decreasing, both unpaid and paid. Well, Nancy Folber actually has, up to a certain point of her article, focused on the mainly unpaid work, although in main care work, although her the consequences of what she wrote can also be generalized. However, in the second half of her article, he focused on basically whether the market sector can replace the unpaid care work completely, and uh, whether all of those principles she has mentioned there, which there also you can see actually she thinks they are applied to the market, but she discussed in more detail whether those principles are also true for the market. After all, in market, in the end, you get the money for care work you do, and the people who care for the people might also buy the care work from the market. Well, one point is buying care work is usually it's not exactly like other markets. Most it is done by people who are not able to decide for themselves, but they don't know what type of care they need, and they might not be able to also have the consciousness open or the ability to decide to go to the market and buy the care work. This is especially true for the sick people and the children, but to elderly to some extent it might also be true. So at least certain people usually do this in the name of those people. You might have state as an option, and the point is actually, especially for the elderly people, you might think about this. If the elderly people are not able to buy the care work for themselves, this might be something that might harm the whole society. This is also true for the child care and the care for the sick people, basically. As we are experiencing the coronavirus case in the United States, for example, the fact that people who have coronavirus need to go to hospital and pay for their care, even for the test, is something that is actually making the virus spread in the United States much faster than any other country, including the developing countries, much poorer countries than the United States, for example. So even if you left it to the people themselves, if they are able to buy the care, themselves, and if they are not able to buy that care, that might be something that is harming the whole society. And if the elderly people are not taken care of, even if they are not able to care it, that might be, according to Nancy Folber, demoralize many people because basically that's what they see they might become in the future. And the children basically are agents of the people. So if you are living in a society where you have more productive people, in that case you will probably benefit from living in that kind of a society. So whether or not this altruism exists at the personal level against those people, against the parents of the children or the relatives of the sick person, or the children of the elderly person, is whether or not it exists is something that is affecting the whole society. And even if they are able to pay for themselves, this is still true. While when you are talking about the work done in the care sector, I mean the market work, as we have seen, according to Engels, according to some famous economists, market should replace the housework, basically. But the point is, many people in the care sector are also feeling the same prisoners of love thing. And to some extent, actually, this love you feel to another person is something that might be something some benefit of the care work. And you might think, well, basically people are getting less money for the care work because they are loving the people they are caring of, and that's an additional benefit. But that love might be something actually it might be something you feel that you might be feeling the unfairness, basically. You might get out of it, but that love might be something like something that is entrapping you. So it might be a side of a person which the person might not be able to control, and that side exists actually. Even if you look to the economic experiments, basically, you can see, for example, in some cases you offer the same person $1,000 today or $1,000 a month or a year later, and they might basically want the $1,000 a year later. And you ask why. You say, well, you can take the money today and you can put to the bank or some interest rate. They say, I'm afraid I might not be able to control myself and spend that money, so I want rather restrict myself. So the feeling themselves, they feel, basically, may make people stay in the situations which they still feel unfair, and they still think should be rather out, basically. What is the reason of this? I mean, the person might have two different sides, and those two different sides might be conflicting with each other. And you might say, well, the person in that case should be conscious. He should have the ability, the power to do what is right for him or her. Otherwise, he should weigh the law and the unfairness and decide. But basically, the fact that people might not be able to control themselves in case of an unfair situation, in case of care work, first, it decreases the wages of the care workers mostly. And the second thing, as a result, many women, because of this love to the love, once they feel, they might think they might be entrapped by it. They might rather not want to feel that love at all. Well, there's an example. Nancy Folbre says, for example, the lady, they wanted the high school student, who is a female high school student, to care for the baby, for their baby, and the mother of the girl has said, we don't want our children to do childcare because she should not basically get used to that kind of activity and think that that's the type of activity basically she should focus on. So, what are social consequences? Social consequences are, as we have seen, we start to have a care deficit in the economic system. However you look to care, even the market replacement, when you look to market replacement, basically, if certain people get out of the care work, well, the price of the care work might maybe increase. But even if that happens, if the cost of the care work increases, in that case, the other side, the parents who pay for the care work, the children who pay for the care work of the elderly, might not want to pay that money. So however you looked at, basically, the way Carework is, the way the economic system is organized today is increasingly creating a decrease in Carework supply and Carework deficiency. And that deficiency is, according to Nancy Fabre, something that can harm the society deeply, because the having availability of the care work, well, to the people who need that care work, not according to the main economic principles, but organizing this work outside of the major economic principles, is something that will benefit the whole society, according to her. And when previously women were at the sphere who were providing this selfless type of work, and they were forced to that morality. Now, since they are leaving that morality, rather we should have, in order to have a healthy society, a morality that is bringing both male and female morality together. And each person should have both a kind of a compromise of these two moralities, and be able to do both type of works where they are independent, but also type of work where basically they are kind of doing the work not because they will profit for it, but because people need that work. So both type of works should be possible, and each individual in society should be able to perform both type of works. I mean, together, not separate. I mean, they should not specialize in one type of work. So this is a Fabre's idea, and in the next part, actually, she goes a little bit more technical, and she looks to care work in all its dimensions. So mainly, according to her idea, care work is a broad thing, and it is understanding and measuring its all dimensions is can be very complex. And in this article, actually, she was aiming to explore those dimensions. Well, as a starting point, she said care can be done to 5 different people: children, elderly, sick, other adults, and self-care. So basically the last two are not dependent people, especially if you are doing self-care, you are doing the work you for yourself, for your benefit. But still, if you do that work for your benefit, that the availability of that work, the fact that you are doing that work, is important. I mean, you should be able to do that work, so we should be able to see whether you are able to do that work. That's to care for yourself. So for example, if some people are working too long, well, they might not be able to clean their house. In that case, they are not doing the self-care, I mean the necessary work which is for them important for staying healthy. Well, other way around, some people might do the care work for other adults. I mean, things they need to survive for their survival. Even if they are able to do so, well, in some cases, they might not be able to do the work themselves. And in the previous article, actually, we also see the case, actually, even if you want to share the care work, current nature of the employment might be a problem also, because usually, I mean, people are working for career benefits, and when they are working for the career benefits, well, you have different, for example, 5 people, and one of them will only be promoted, and as a result, each person will basically aim to work harder, and part of working harder is working longer. As a result, the 5 people cannot come together and collectively demand or make sure that the actual working time is lower. So, on the contrary of what competition should do, especially if the contribution is one-sided, if it's not easy for the different companies to compete for the workers, especially if the worker is not high-rank worker, that might be the case. In that case, very well, it might be possible that that person might need to work as long as possible, and in that case, that person will also need, even for his or her own personal care, another adult performing those actions that are necessary. So we will talk more on this article, but we will do this in the next part. So see you in the next part.